Hello fellas. What's up? Welcome back to another episode of the Chicago Marathon series, Miler to Marathoner. Today, I had a different video planned. It was gonna be a video of me either doing my brick workout or my long run. But we've had a change of plans, which I will explain in this video. So instead we're gonna be doing basically like a 6 to 7 week recap of like how my training has progressed so far, what exactly I've been doing, just more specifics of what my training entails. Because I know a lot of you guys are wondering like what exactly I'm doing on a day-to-day basis, and I haven't really like shown it very much because honestly it's been pretty boring. So let's get right into it. So I have my Training Peaks pulled up right here. Training Peaks is the website I use to log all my training with my coach to start off like getting me back in shape. So this is like, I was running on and off probably 3 times a week maybe for a little bit, probably 3 times a week for only a couple weeks. So when the real training started, Monday was an hour bike and Tuesday was a 30-minute run. Exciting stuff. At this point, I wasn't paying attention to my heart rate yet. I did have my heart rate monitor, so my coach started collecting that data, just kind of see like what pace I was running and what heart rate. Anyways, so Tuesday, 30-minute run. Wednesday, another 30-minute run. And we also had some of like the strength stuff implemented in there too. Thursday, off day. I've had an off day for my whole life. I've never run 7 days a week, so I need an off day mentally and physically. I think a lot of people do, unless you're like need to hit a certain amount of mileage that's like really high that you have to have 7 days, but I really recommend for your mental and physical sanity to have an off day. Friday was a 45-minute run in zone 2, so 145 to 160 BPM. Saturday was a 70-minute zone 2 bike ride, and then immediately after is a 20-minute easy run, and that's the brick workout, so it's just one right after the other. Sunday was 30-minute run. So as you can see, it wasn't like that crazy. It was definitely more than I've been doing previously, but also like the 30-minute runs, you know, that's something crazy. And my coach wanted me to go slow. Like in the past, I would go for 30 minutes and I would go too hard and then I wouldn't be able to run the next day. So I think the difference in what I saw is that when I started like really using the heart rate zone that he gave me is that I was so much more recovered after, even just in the first week. So now going to the second week, we really ramped up the biking. So on Monday, instead of an hour bike, we made it to 2 hours. Getting fit. Tuesday was another 30-minute run, but we also implemented some strides. We had 4 by 100 meter strides after the run. It wasn't at a certain pace or anything. It was just me striding, and that felt hard. I've not done strides in so long. They're so good. If I could recommend one thing to like improve your mile time, because I know a lot of you guys are high schoolers like running the mile, is implement strides after your tempo work. Or even like some of your easy runs. You don't need to do it on your interval days because you're already like running fast when you're doing track intervals, but the tempo work, like just being able to change that pace after you're already really tired from doing like a tempo run, it's really beneficial. It's my 2 cents for the day. Wednesday was a 40-minute run, zone 2. So everything has basically been in zone 2, and I will say otherwise. So zone 2 is very like, it's 145 to 160 beats per minute heart rate, which is, it's just like your average easy run, you know? Thursday, off day. Friday, we had a 60 to 70 minute run. And that was crazy, you know? Like 70 minutes, I haven't gone that long since last summer. And I was like, ooh. It wasn't very daunting because when I was running in zone 2, I didn't feel bad, and I didn't feel bad after. So it's like, I knew I could do it. And that's what I think has been like the biggest switch of this marathon training, is that like, if I had just done it myself without a coach, I would just be burning myself to the ground every day because I just go too hard. Never thought I'd be one to say that. By like keeping myself disciplined and running in zone 2 and not going faster, like it just helped me increase my fitness level without taxing my body, if that makes sense. Anyways, Saturday was a 90-minute bike ride and then a 30-minute easy run right off the bike, so the brick workout, so that increased a little bit. Sunday was another 30-minute run plus 6 by 100 meter strides, so another little intensity added to that. So yeah, that was week 2. Is this even insightful at all? Week 3. We've got a 2.5 hour bike ride on Monday. Whoa, my voice just cracked. We have a 2.5 hour bike ride on Monday. That is the longest I've ever biked in my life. for certain. I think the longest I ever really biked was an hour, you know, on the stationary bike, but now we're going 2.5 hours on the road, so. Tuesday, 40-minute run, zone 2. Wednesday, 40-minute run, zone 2, plus 6 by 100 meter strides. Thursday, off day. Friday, 80 to 85-minute run. Wowzers. I made it 10 miles that day. Like, I haven't run 10 miles since college. It's crazy. Saturday was 90-minute bike, 40-minute run right off the bike, brick workout. Sunday, 40-minute run and 6 by 100 meter strides. So what it had been basically for the first block was bike on Monday, running Tuesday and Wednesday, like an easy run. Thursday off, Friday, long run, Saturday, brick workout, Sunday, recovery run. So after that big block of training that like obviously the volume increased a lot over those like 3 weeks. So then the 4th week was kind of an adaptation week. Just kind of let the fitness level soak in because you don't want to go too hard for too long or else you're never letting your body get the chance to soak in all of the training that you put in for the past couple weeks. So 4th week, we had an hour bike on Monday, a 30-minute run Tuesday, Wednesday off day. Thursday was an hour bike. Friday, 45-minute easy run. Saturday was a 90-minute bike, and Sunday was a 30-minute run. So as you can see, that was like significantly easier than the week before. And then it's time to start phase 2. Now we're getting into May, April 29th to May 5th, the next week. We had a 40-minute run on Monday, so the bike changed for the 40-minute run. Tuesday, we had the hill workout, and that was the Chicago video 2 weeks ago that I did, so it was the first hill workout, kind of to improve strength without taxing the body. So this was the first workout I was really doing. I hadn't obviously done workouts prior to this, so that was definitely a shock to the system. Wednesday, we had this thing called zone 3 pickups. And so since everything has been in zone 2, it's been like really easy and it's honestly been frustrating because I'm not running fast. I would say my average runs are anywhere from 8 to 8:45 pace usually, which is just very easy for me. And I'm not used to running that slow because I'm used to like pushing myself really hard. Too hard. So I was very excited to do these zone 3 pickups. So basically the workout was 15 minutes zone 2 to warm up, 10 minutes zone 3, which is 163 to 168. That's like the range I was trying to keep it in, beats per minute for the heart rate, and then 10 minutes zone 2, 10 minutes zone 3 again, and then 15 minutes zone 2 cool down. So that one was really exciting because I finally felt like I could run faster. I wouldn't say it was fast, it was probably low 7s, so it wasn't like anything crazy. It might have even been mid 7s. I don't know, but it just felt good to like pick up the legs a little bit. Anyways, Thursday, day off. Friday, long run was 85 to 95 minutes. So the long run is definitely increasing here. That was 11.75 miles, and that was fun. So we had 152 average beats per minute, which is pretty average for my heart rate. 824 pace. It was quite painful to run that slow. At one point I hit in the 9s for one of my miles and I was like, but I had to stay disciplined with my heart rate, so stayed there, didn't go too fast. Yeah, we did an hour and 38 minutes for that. That's the long run. Saturday, we had a nice brick workout. We had a 90-minute bike, zone 2, and then a 45-minute run right off the bike. And I actually really like these brick workouts. That's why I definitely want to do a video on it for you guys. It's just a lot of exercise in a row. Obviously, it's 2 hours and 15 minutes, but I don't know, it brings me back to my triathlon days when I was a child, so maybe that's why I like it so much, but I remember really liking that workout. And then Sunday, we had a 3-hour bike ride. That one was hard. I actually went up this ginormous hill that's by our house, and the hill was literally like 15 minutes of straight climbing, and I was supposed to stay in zone 2, and my heart rate was probably in zone 10 because I was going way too hard, but there was no way that you could go slow on the hill because I was on the easiest gear, just trucking up the hill. We made it nearly 3 hours, 2 hours and 53 minutes, and I was basically dead for the rest of the day that day. Anyway, so this was the beginning of phase 2. So volume definitely increased. So now we're getting into the block where Friday's a long run, Saturday's the long brick workout, and Sunday's the long bike ride. So that's a big chunk of like hard work in 3 days, which is definitely gonna take some getting used to. So that was the beginning of May. The next week, then we started our doubles. And this is kind of where things got a little rocky. Monday, I had two 30-minute runs, one in the morning, one in the afternoon, and they were both zone 2. I had some strides in the morning as well, and they felt fine. It wasn't anything spectacular, especially off of like the hard bike the day before. And Tuesday, I felt very ill. So I ended up taking an off day because I was very under the weather. Fever, headache, I don't really know what it was. It didn't really feel like a normal sickness. I kind of feel like I've had a similar thing in the past, but anyways, that's besides the point. Then Wednesday, still was not feeling that great. So I was supposed to do a hill workout, but I ended up just doing a 35-minute run, it looks like. I don't think I felt very good, but got out the door. So this was last week. Thursday, I did my second zone 3 pickups, and I remember not feeling very good on this day. It was 80-minute run, so it was a long run. I made it 9.5 miles, and I was like very tired compared to the week before. It was 10 minutes zone 2, 10 minutes zone 3, 10 minutes zone 2, 15 minutes zone 3, 10 minutes zone 2, 10 minutes zone 3, 10 minutes zone 2. Ended up being like 80 minutes. And I just remember like not being able to go very fast on the zone 3s, and like still my heart, it was really high. So that was a little disappointing. But I guess from like being under the weather, what can you expect? Then Friday, I did an easy 30-minute run. I think I was supposed to do my long run, but honestly I felt so bad when I was running that I was like, there's just no way. Because I was supposed to go like 100 minutes, and I was like, there's just no way that I'm gonna be able to make it 100 minutes. Like, I just felt very, very bad. So my coach told me to do an easy 30-minute run that morning, but I had already gotten my mindset that I wanted to do the long run because I was like, oh, I feel fine. But then I packed my goo and everything, like I was all ready to go, and I started running and I was like, no. Like I got 20 minutes and I was like, there's just no way I can go for 80 more minutes. It's impossible today. So I opted for the 30-minute run that my coach told me to do anyways. So I was like, whatever, I guess my coach does know best. So we pushed the long run to the next day, but then I still did not feel good the next day. So I ended up taking another day off that week. So this whole week is not going as planned at all. And it's a little disappointing because like I had a pretty good week the week before, besides for the 3-hour ride. Like all the other workouts were super good. So I was really disappointed with this week. Took another off day Saturday. Sunday I was like, okay, it was late in the afternoon. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna try going running again today and just see what happens. So my coach was like, okay, go 30 to 45 minutes, just like go by how you feel. And I'm not kidding, I felt amazing. Like, I don't know what the switch was, but from this past week, I ended up running 40 minutes and I ran 7:28 pace. Do you guys know how fast that feels to me now? Like I was just, you know, clicking the miles off. I felt like I could go for 2 hours at that pace too. Like, I don't know what got into me. I was like, wow. So moving on to this week, up until today. This past Monday, I did a double. It was 30-minute run in the morning and then 30 minutes in the afternoon with strides, and I felt just the polar opposite of how I felt the day before. Literally, my body felt like it was breaking. I felt like a grandma. My joints were hurting, my knees were hurting, my ankles were hurting, and I was like, what is happening? Like the day before, I was like, wow, this is why I run, you know? I was on that runner's high. And then the complete opposite the next day. Hey, girly.
Stop.
What's up?
Hi, fellas.
So basically I felt horrible. And on both runs, I thought I would feel better the afternoon run with the strides, but honestly I didn't even know if I was gonna be able to finish the 6 to 800 meter strides. But we got them done, and I felt really bad. So let's see, then yesterday, also I'm filming this today. So basically what my coach wanted me to do was, after last week, we're gonna start this week off with, in the mornings for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, we're gonna do 30-minute easy jogs, just to see how my body was feeling that day and kind of to decide what we're gonna do later in the evening. Just kind of looking at like my heart rate and my power, seeing what I was putting out. So yesterday on Tuesday, I had a 30-minute easy morning jog and I felt bad again. I felt like a grandma and I was like, what on earth is happening to me? Like, why do I feel really good on Sunday and then the next 2 days I literally feel horrid? Like worse than I ever have in this whole training thing. So I was supposed to do the hill workout yesterday afternoon, but then I ended up cycling for 70 minutes instead because my body just, like, the impact hurt so bad. And now that brings us to today. Today it's Wednesday and I have a massage in about you know, 40 minutes. So I'm very excited for that. I'm really hoping that cures it. I feel a lot better like physically wise in terms of like, I don't feel ill anymore, which is good after last week. Joints wise, I don't really know. I haven't run today, so I'll probably end up taking today as my off day. I really want to run tomorrow. And I have a 100-minute run planned for Friday, so I really want to get in the rest of the week feeling good. So I'm hoping my body is like just going through like a little phase or something. So this has been the longest video ever. So that is like a giant recap of what my training has been like so far. So the first block went amazing, perfecto. Like literally I don't even know what the right term is. But basically I followed it to a T and my body felt good. Then this second block, ever since that 3-hour bike, like my body has just not been feeling on point for many reasons. It's not really from the training, I think it's just from me. I'm making sure I get in foam rolling before bed every single day. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm hoping the rest of the week goes swimmingly. After this massage today, I have a 90-minute massage and I'm really excited for it. I think my joints need that. I will be filming either my brick workout or my long run later this week as long as everything goes swimmingly. And that will be the video for next week. So I'm super excited to get some actual like running action. But as you can see, like my workouts haven't been that interesting except for that hill workout. So that's why I haven't filmed anything yet, but I want to get more running content out there for you guys. So hopefully my dad can bike along with me. Because if not, it's just gonna be a lot of me panting and holding my phone. So thank you to my coach Austin at Shop Performance for putting up with me these past couple weeks because I've been all over the place. Again, if you guys are interested in doing like endurance training, Shop Performance has been amazing for me and I really highly recommend it. It's really great for accountability. I think that's like the biggest thing for me is having the accountability factor, and also just obviously like the set training regimen is just good. There's a lot of data backed behind it. So check out Shop Performance, link down in the description below. I will see you fellas later this week probably, so have a great rest of the week, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out, fellas.